When I was locked up, like that was the show. People would take their chairs, put it in the TV room, and and it'd be like, this is where I'm sitting for Yellowstone. There'd be a posted on the TV that said Yellowstone, 8 p.m.
Was it
or
everyone,
whatever.
or was that the white TV?
The they'd fill the whole room up the same way that they'd fill the room for college football because that crosses racial barriers. Yellowstone crossed racial barriers. The black guys were in there for that too.
What were you in jail for? Gun stuff?
Marijuana. I had.
He got bullied in jail.
Yeah, they gave me
killers.
I ended up with 2 months of federal prison, so they sent me to a federal prison camp in Alabama with a bunch of fucking.
Months?
Yeah, that's what they said. They didn't believe me either. In prison.
They thought he was part of 60 Days In, which is my favorite part of the story.
They threw me in there with a bunch of like bank robbers and murderers and shit who had been nice enough to get down to a camp, but still they were like gangbangers and murderers and bank robbers and shit. So I got to hang out with them for 2 months in steamy Alabama.
You called it camp, but is there an official name? Is it called low-level security or medium?
I think they call it a prison camp or something because we're in that like dormitory style open air sleeping situation where you've got like no safety from when you're asleep. You're just in a big room. Everybody's in a bed.
Were you a little tempted at any point to like kind of juice up your story? Because everyone else has way more intense stories of why they're in there, and you'd be like, "I ordered weed in the mail and I shouldn't have."
Yeah,
no, but they get your papers, right?
That's it. Yeah, yeah. And plus, like, they could be, "Oh shit, you did all that? You can ride with us tonight. Show up here at 8." And be like, okay, are we gonna smoke cigarettes? No, we're gonna
kill guys, just like you used to do.
We're gonna kill that Mexican guy over there. He been snitching.
Now you have to like make up another lie about how now you're a born again Christian. You don't do that anymore.
I swore to the Virgin Mary. I start doing a Cholo voice at this point.
I feel comfortable with you guys enough now to do this, to talk normally.
I want to see how you motherfuckers kill. I want to check your techniques. I don't think you got what it takes.
Yeah, they haven't passed my skill check yet. Like I may have passed theirs, but I'm still not sure that they're down on the down.
How much weed did you have?
Half an ounce, or half an ounce.
Half an ounce. I got that on me, and I don't even smoke weed.
Yeah. It was not a lot of weed.
No, if you forgive me for telling your story, I think they got him for distributing, but he didn't sell it. What he would do is he would like have girlfriends come over and smoke and poke, I guess, right? And
wasn't even that. It was my full-time live-in girlfriend. While she was at work, I messaged her and was like, "Hey, you want to get high tonight and watch like Lord of the Rings or something?" And that was the evidence of my distribution or whatever.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's something else is going on there. Someone. Well, you're the gun guy, right?
Yeah, they hated gun stuff.
Yeah, Kyle's the gun guy.
It's like Al Capone's taxes.
Of course.
Yeah, I can't prove that, but we've all thought that. Yeah.
They tried to make every I had to plead to that nonsense because they were trying to make like every firearm I owned and like a magnifier or whatever you call it. Like each one was going to be like years, up to 10 guns, like 5 years a gun, up to 10 guns. And then it was like, I'm looking at 67 years or something for my half ounce of weed, or just plead guilty and go do your 2 months in the prison camp. And I chose that option.
Right. You can see how that law makes sense for situations where the guns are used to support the distribution, right? Like this says something about your operation. If you have, 18 scary black rifles in the kitchen cabinets or something like that. But in Kyle's case, they were not related. One's for YouTube videos.
Yeah. They were very clearly documented for YouTube.
So you can't own a gun now, right?
No. I'll try to appeal that at some point. I mean, they just reclassified marijuana today to a class 3. I'm sure in another, some odd years, it'll be easy to maybe get my record expunged.
I'm going to make him a felon for jaywalking.
Of
and
course.
Then he can't have guns, and fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck you because you're encouraging the populace to be armed, and that's a threat to my government. So the government is the mob, and you don't threaten the mob, so they take you out.
I mean, that's exactly how I've always seen it. A big part of it was I also sold a lot of tannerite. You know what tannerite is? That shit you shoot. I was responsible for promoting that big time and selling enormous amounts of it. Don't imagine dump trucks going to one guy's house, but like everybody wanted a can of it to shoot in their backyard. And I think that was causing a lot of extra paperwork for certain.
You shipped a lot of it to
agencies.
like eccentric individuals who lived in the
Nope,
woods.
I didn't ship any of it. Not a speck of it. I advertised for where you could go online and buy it as a responsible fucking adult.
Who was your biggest customer? Ted Kaczynski?
No, Ted makes his own shit. All right, don't put that on Ted.
Put that on Uncle Ted. He did make his own. He was a bit of a home brewer.
Yeah.
I maybe it's because I don't know many criminals or any really, but I just see the justice system weaponized against my friends on almost like every case that I can think of right now, from J6 to this porn star Mercedes Carrera is in jail for her daughter, which she absolutely didn't do, to Proud Boys in jail for fighting Antifa, to, you know, this one guy, Tiny Tuetse, he's from American Samoa. He's a Proud Boy. He's doing 7 years now. Antifa shot him in the foot, and he's in jail for being violent towards them. Like, I just can't think of a case where some guy I know did a bad thing, like stabbed someone in a fight, and then went to jail for like a good amount of time. For that would be, I don't know, 7 years or 6 years. I can't think of one of those. It's all marijuana bullshit, or we're going to get you with some other law, or, you know, like Mercedes has been in jail, not prison, in jail awaiting trial for 5 years now.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit. What's her story? She got accused by who?
Her baby daddy got herpes in Thailand. And she goes, how the fuck did you get? Are you fucking girls in Thailand? Are you fucking 16-year-olds? Are you I don't want you around our daughter. You make me fucking sick, you creep. And coincidentally, a couple days later, after her threatening to take the kid away and not let him see her, the kid does an interview with the police where she says, oh yeah, I was fisted and they made porn with me and all this shit. And like really intense sex shit, like threesomes and all this stuff. And so they go to Mercedes' house and they see cameras around the bed, like all porn stars have. They find meth, like all porn stars do, and they find tons of guns. So they throw the book at her, and like she keeps getting these lawyers who quit or are incompetent. The guy who monitors the prison is also the prosecutor. And she goes, you can't be the prosecutor and be in charge of me in prison. And he goes, I can wear more than one hat. I mean, it's in San Bernardino and it sounds like the Wild West.
Damn.
Yeah. It sounds like she might not be the ideal mother.
And one more thing, by the way. Sorry. They got all her computers and her phone and her hard drives, 100% of everything that day, no time to erase. And they didn't find not a semblance of anything, or no pictures of the girl, nothing at all. So it's just that one statement she made that happened a few days after.
How did the dude she was with not get in trouble for that, or did he as well?
He's in jail too. Damien.
That's wild.
The fuck? Yeah, I'm sure you know a ton of people from the J6 stuff. Like I did hear stories of like they just got kept in jail for years without a trial.
Yeah. And then they get these sentences of 22 years, 30 years. And then you hear the lefties going, that's white privilege. And you're like, what? And they go, well, the max was 40 years and they only got 33. And you're like, for meandering? For trespassing? You want them to get 40 years? Like most murderers are out in 15. Most pedophiles are out in 5. They went, some guys broke some windows. That's bad. Don't break windows, kids. And what did the rest of them do? They posed for selfies. It's fucking crazy. And the craziest part about J6 is hearing lefties talk about it like it's the apocalypse. It's worse than 9/11. They didn't get enough time. Even Antifa is mad about it.
Really?
Taylor and I talk about this a lot, how like just prior to January 6th, or at least the year prior, like half of the cities in the Midwest got burned down by Antifa riots and just, I don't know, black riots. Every dollar store and fucking McDonald's in Missouri got burned the fuck down. And we watched it like it was a Wild West movie every night.
You just couldn't go to St. Louis for months.
They would take over the block
go the other
and
way
the cops
today?
would stand by.
Governor Abbott pardoned that guy.
That's
good.
You didn't see
January
that?
6th guy?
No, it wasn't January 6th here. So his name is Daniel Perry. And what he did is he texted to his friend that he was going to kill a Black Lives Matter protester. And then he drove into a Black Lives Matter protest, and the article made it sound like he hit someone, but I'm not sure that part's true, so don't hold me to it. Anyway, when he gets there, one of the protesters, this is Texas, he's wearing I think it's an AR-15, but scary black rifle, and he approaches the car. Now, you're allowed to open carry in this place, and he makes the hand signal to roll down the window, and Perry shoots him and kills him through the window. And today he got pardoned, so he's not going to do time. Or I'm sure he did time while he waited.
Yeah, that guy was in a truck, right?
And I can look and see if it tells me in this.
Yeah, I remember this story. You know who started that whole thing? Was if it's the thing I'm talking about, this hideous black gimp with no arms or legs.
How do you even start something if
So
you're
that
limbless?
sounds like his fiance. His fiance was a quadruple amputee that he took care of.
Imagine your son brings home a quadruple amputee. He's like, Dad, I'm bringing home my girlfriend, and you might be surprised. And you see that she's back, and you're like, oh, come on. And then,
She looks like an 8-ball, son. Get her the fuck out of here.
What do you like?
Start
Bring her in
rolling
a
her out of the room.
backpack? Like,
No, I don't think she was there for the event. I don't know how. Why do you think?
She was goading him. She was goading him. She's a fucking nightmare troublemaker. She fakes. Like, I saw this video of her slithering out of her chair because that's all they can do.
Is she faking a quadruple amputee?
Yeah, notoriously.
Yeah, it's her fault. She's evil.
Yeah, throw her in prison. Really, you could just kind of lay her in the park somewhere. She's not going anywhere, right?
Here, let me read this.
That's what she should do.
Prosecutors said Perry, who was stationed at Fort Hood, initiated the counter when he ran a red light and drove his vehicle into a crowd gathered at a protest. I don't think that means he hit anyone. He just drove into the crowd. Foster was openly carrying an assault rifle. Foster's the guy that got shot, legal in Texas, and approached Perry's car and motioned for him to lower the window, at which point Perry fatally shot him with a handgun. So
but the video's out there. He's not waltzing up and saying, "Excuse me, would you mind?" He's screaming and yelling and freaking out, and he had been goaded on by this armless, legless Bob. That's what we call her.
She really not have arms and legs, or are we just having a laugh at a fat lady?
Yeah, okay.
I'm good with either one.
No, she testified. I'm scanning the article, but I guess she testified how much harder her life has been now that her caretaker's been murdered.
There's no way her life could be any harder.
Well, she lost her fiance.
Before, dude.
Like, take it easy on the virtue signaling, dude. Just having a black girlfriend gets you all the woke points you need. You don't have to go for one with no arms or legs.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you were getting at first.
Oh, well,
is that her?
Arms, just no hands.
Okay, well, we can't see what the leg situation is.
I think elbows, like down to the elbows, they're gone.
That's awful.
Was this an accident, or was she born like this? I'm so much more interested in her day-to-day life than
she was swimming in the ocean, Taylor, and a shark got her.
You think a shark got her?
Yeah, she was swimming.
Yeah, right.
Fibbing. Yeah, she was bobbing about.
That's his name.
Maybe not.